Hello, Squadron. For those that are new to my channel, my name is Omar. I'm a Reiki Master Teacher and an ordained minister. I've created these videos to deal with topics relating to Reiki, metaphysics, and all things holistic. With that out of the way, on to the video. Today I will be discussing the difference between venting and releasing. It is common practice to share our thoughts and feelings with others when we are going through things. This practice is referred to as venting. The act of venting can reduce our stress levels and help us to connect to others when we need to feel understood and supported. However, venting is not always a cure-all, as we are sometimes led to believe. That is because for venting to be effective, we need to be open to new perspectives and sound advice from those that we are venting to. If not, we can get caught in a forever loop of complaining about a person or situation with no possible solution. For this reason, I want to break down some pitfalls to venting and why releasing can be a better alternative. All right, the first pitfall: you can end up turning the person that you're venting to into your therapist. All right, I know it does feel good to vent and share ourselves with our friends, our families, our intimate partners, even our co-workers. But ultimately, we do need to understand that everyone has their limits, okay? And if you want the best advice or strategies or tips, you really need to go to a trained professional, all right? The second pitfall: venting is not releasing you, but traps you and makes it worse. This happens when we get into what I like to call a forever loop, where instead of looking for advice or feedback so that we can work towards a solution, we're just always playing the narrative over and over again, complaining about the same person, the same situation, telling people a lot of different details, digging ourselves deeper and trapping ourselves further in that loop. It's not helping you, all right? It's not getting you closer to that solution. And the third pitfall is being emotionally draining to the listener. Again, whoever you're venting to, they are going to want to help you because they care about you or they love you, or both. So hearing that there is absolutely nothing that they can do to help you in a situation is going to wear on them. They're going to have guilt about not being able to help you or being able to help you get out of the situation that you find yourself in. So be conscientious of that before you go and start venting to someone. Now that I've talked about the pitfalls, what are some strategies that you can do instead? Well, the first one I think is pretty obvious: seeking out therapy from an actual licensed professional, okay? They can give you tips, strategies, and advice that your friends, your family, your intimate partners, and your coworkers just simply cannot. It's their job. That's why they're good at it. Number two, be selective in who you share with, okay? Even though the online community is there and it encourages us to share our feelings and thoughts, does not mean that the online communities or social media is the place to seek advice from. Other things that you want to be careful of are people who get trapped in their own forever loops, because as you're sharing your situation with them, you can accidentally trick them or trigger them into their loop, which can then trigger you further into your loop. And then you have what is called co-rumination, where neither one of you are getting any better. You're actually making each other worse as you're just complaining to each other. Another thing that you can try is inner work, like journaling, meditation, or going for a walk in nature. All of these exercises can help you to work towards a solution and staying clear of that forever loop. All right? The forever loop is not the answer. You need to work toward a solution to the problem. And last but certainly not least, releasing instead of venting. I know you're saying to yourself, but Omar, what the heck is releasing? You haven't really discussed that one yet. And now I can. All right, so I'm going to break this down as two different ways. From the first perspective of the venter, the person that is venting, and as the listener, the person that is being vented to. So first up, the venter. Things that you can do to put yourself in a releasing mindset and not a venting mindset. Number one, asking the person if they're in the right headspace to hear what you're about to vent to them or share with them. Because not everyone is going to be 100% available to you every time you're going through a crisis or a situation. So please be mindful. And if someone tells you, you know what, I've had a really rough day or week and I'm not up for hearing anything negative or being able to be present for you right now, honor that, respect that, and go to someone else or use one of the other tips like inner work or seeking out professional help. Number two, tell the person if you're looking to just vent or if you're open to feedback and or a solution. Yes, again, that helps a person to know what their responsibility is and how much they should be inputting into the conversation. And last but certainly not least is setting an intention that before you start sharing or venting to the person, that it will not negatively impact them or the collective at large, and that the energy that you are releasing will be sent to a source that can transmute it into positive energy. Okay? Whether you believe in energy or not, the fact of the matter is that energy is very real. Tongue-tied. Energy is very real. There we go. And we need to be conscientious about what we are releasing into our environment. So that is why it's important to set that intention. So just take a couple of moments before you start sharing to just go inside of yourself, set that intention, and now you're ready. So then that way, what you are releasing is being released in a positive way. All right. Now on to my listener. If you're the person that is listening to someone venting, these are things that you could do. Number one, you need to ask yourself, are you in the right headspace to listen to someone venting to you? And if you're not, tell them that, okay? Being honest with someone is the best thing that you can do, because if you're not 100%, you can't give them your best self, all right? Number two, you can ask the person before they start venting if they're just going to be venting or if they're open to feedback and or a solution. And if they say, no, I just would rather vent, then you are free to do other things as they are venting. So that way you don't get trapped in a forever loop with them, or you don't get triggered with them. So you can do things like cleaning your house, laundry, watching a movie. I mean, don't have the volume up too loud, but you can put the closed captioning on. But the thing about it is, you want to make sure that you're not being fully invested if you're not being asked for advice or feedback, all right? You're just holding the space for the individual. So do what you need to do to protect yourself. And last but certainly not least, you can also set an intention on behalf of the person. So before they start venting, you can tell them to give you a couple of moments to prepare yourself, go inward, and set the intention that whatever they're sharing with you or venting to you will not negatively impact you or the collective at large, and that it will be released to a source that can transmute it into positive energy. All right, so those are my ways, if you're a venter or a listener, to be able to help a person or help yourself to release and not get trapped in a venting loop. All right. But that's all I have to say for now. I know, right? But let me know down in the comments your thoughts on this topic and if these tips were able to help you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. My social media links and my email will be down in the description along with my PayPal me link. Please donate to my channel if you can, but if you can't, I understand, and you can help out my channel by just sharing it with other individuals so that other people can see my content and we can grow the Squadron. Until next time, I'm sending you light and love on your journey to heal your shadow self so that you may embrace your true self. Namaste.